Hey there! With Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen being wrapped up, I would like to make a build for Toji Fushiguro because I think he's fun and I think he translates very well to Dungeons and Dragons. So, first of all, what race is Toji? Well, he's human. I think human is the best choice both aesthetically for Toji, but also mechanically. And we're going to go with variant human for Toji. Now, with Variant Human, you get to choose a feat to take right when you start off. You don't have to wait to get to 4th level and sacrifice your stat upgrades. You just get to choose a feat, which is great because feats are, shocker, really strong. Now, there's a few good feats for Toji. My personal picks, Mage Killer or Mage Slayer, can't remember which one it's called. Now, this feat normally is pretty bad. However, there's a number of homebrewed versions of this feat that make it a little bit better. I would ask your dungeon master if you could use one of those, and if you can, definitely pick it up. I think it suits Toji's design of being the sorcerer killer very well to have this feat that makes you really effective against spellcasters. Now, the last feat that I would advise would be Grappler. I think Toji is really strong, and I think some of the cool fight scenes involve him getting really up close and personal with his opponent, and I think Grappler kind of suits that. Now, what class are we going to pick for Toji? Well, we're going to go with Fighter. Now, there would be a few good class choices for Toji. Toji's main sort of power within Jujutsu Kaisen is his heavenly restriction. He has no cursed energy, can't do anything supernatural. He's just really, really strong, fast, and perceptive. Now, how do you make that in D&D? Well, there's a few good choices. I would say the best are Fighter, Rogue, and Monk, each sort of kind of grasping onto a different part of Toji's identity. Rogue is good because it's sort of that criminal, scummy part. He's an assassin, right? And that kind of fits in well with Rogue. Fighter sort of is more well rounded, and I think especially with the Battle Master subclass, I think that really sort of you could lean into that with your play style and kind of make Toji all about outmaneuvering whatever you're fighting with the Battle Master maneuvers. And the last choice that I think would be good would be Monk. I think Monk sort of leans into how fast and strong Toji is, especially if you go with the path of the Gentle Fist. Um, with Flurry Blow, you can make a ton of attacks per turn, which is sort of something Toji's all about. However, aesthetically, Monk does rely on key points, which are kind of supernatural, and I don't really vibe with that. So I'm going to go with Fighter because I just think that's the best choice for him. And it does replicate sort of Toji's vibe very well, in my opinion. Honorable mention, I think Barbarian could work if you really wanted to put a lot of effort into role playing and maybe not using a bunch of your features because they don't really suit him. But I don't think generally that's what you want to go with. Now, on Fighter, there's a number of things that would work well for Toji. There is Action Surge, which is pretty great because it allows you to make another action per turn. And what is Toji? He's really fast, right? And he's going to be attacking a lot. I mean, we all saw that scene where he stabbed Gojo, right? I mean, he's really fast. So I think Action Surge suits that well. Getting to make an extra attack per turn, getting that extra movement is great. Um, as far as equipment goes for Toji, well, there's a lot of good options. He has a ton of different weapons within his sort of cursed inventory. That little curse that he can pull the weapons out of, right? But the two main weapons that we see him using before he gets reanimated are the Spear of Inverted Heaven and the katana. I forget what it's called. I think it's the Soul Splitter, something like that. So for him, we're going to go with a short sword and a long sword. The short sword being the Spear of Inverted Heaven. Even though it's a spear, he uses it like a sword, and I think damage profile wise, it closely matches a short sword. And then for his katana, that is clearly a long sword. Now, these are magical weapons, so it would be better if you could have them be actual magic weapons. There aren't really any that suit the profile of these cursed items really well. Maybe talk with your DM and he can get you something that's sort of tailored to the Toji vibe that you're trying to match. But, it is what it is. There's not really any magic items in D&D that match up super well with these two weapons. Now, if you're going to be trying to replicate reanimated Toji from the Shibuya incident, well, then you're going to want to go for a quarterstaff, as that more closely resembles the staff Playful Cloud, the staff that he uses to beat up Dagon. Um, so that would more closely resemble a quarterstaff. Now, obviously, power building wise, like trying to make this as effective as possible, there's not a huge difference between all these weapons. I would say the biggest thing you could do is you could probably invest into dual wielding with one of the fighter's preferred fighting styles features. So you could be wielding both the spear of inverted heaven and also the katana at the same time, which I think would be pretty nifty and sort of helps you out a bit. Granted, it does bring the katana's damage down a bit, but you get to make those two attacks per turn, which really does help quite a lot. Now, as far as stat allocation, we're going to try and maximize our physical stats. Toji is really, really strong, he's fast, and he's tough. So what I would do is I would put your highest roll into strength. That's sort of his main defining feature is just how strong he is. Then I would put your next highest into constitution. Now, it is stated in Jujutsu Kaisen that the uh, wielders of heavenly restriction do have some sort of increased perceptive ability to a normal person. They have super heightened senses. So if you wanted, you could move that second highest roll out of Constitution and into Wisdom if you want to have that higher perception. But I think mechanically for D&D, it doesn't matter that much. I would recommend putting your third highest score into Dexterity. Toji's fast. You probably want just for gameplay reasons, you're going to want to have a high initiative score. You want to be the first one to move. So having a high Dexterity is good. As far as your other scores go, they don't matter a ton. I would definitely say just trying to emulate the character, probably put your lowest score in charisma. Toji is not a very charismatic dude. He's not super talkative. He's not very persuasive. And I definitely think that definitely put your worst score in charisma if you're really trying to replicate Toji's vibe. Now, as far as equipment goes, Toji does not wear armor within the series, but being a fighter, you don't gain access to unarmored defense. So I would definitely say you probably want to wear armor. Now, depending on how your scores turn out, you could go with chainmail. However, I definitely think aesthetically, just trying to replicate the character, go with leather armor because even though it is armor, it's kind of lighter and doesn't chainmail is chainmail, right? But leather armor can be very discreet, and I think you could reasonably have clothing that does look like Toji's from within the series that is also functions as leather armor to some extent. Now, as far as background goes, the choice is pretty obvious. You're going to want to go for criminal. This is pretty pretty clear. Toji is an assassin and a criminal. It also works very well because as part of it, you gain proficiency with one type of game. And Toji is a notorious gambler within Jujutsu Kaisen. The reason why he works as an assassin is because he gambles all of his money away the second he has any. So you can choose whichever gambling set you think would best suit Toji between cards or dice. I think both are equally good, and I definitely think it adds a lot into trying to role play as that character. Having this gambling addiction that he does, and also having the proficiency with a game set. Now, as far as your character traits go, you can just choose whatever parts of Toji's personality that really speak to you for these. Now, I think something that is really important would be Toji's alignment, because how does Toji fall on the alignment chart of D&D? Personally, I would lean towards neutral evil. He is very self-serving. He's sort of not a great person, but he's not awful either. I would definitely say leaning towards neutral evil. He just kind of serves himself. However, I would also accept chaotic neutral or true neutral. I think they both fit well with him. Anyway, if you would like to access this character, I have made a character sheet for him on D&D Beyond. I will put the link in the description. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.